son named Drew, and I want to share a little story because I love to brag about my son quite a bit, okay? And if anybody ever asks you if High Valley is, sold out and become all-American, well, I can promise you that I have proof that that is not true, because my son, as a 3-year-old last year, was playing on the hockey team with all the 8-year-old kids in Nashville, all right? That's pretty sick. And so I'm out there as the dad, my first time being the coach out there on the ice. There's a few of us dads, and my son is 3 years old. He's only ever skated with me. It's his first hockey practice, and all the 8-year-old kids, when it's time to scrimmage, take the puck away from him over and over again, and he can't ever get it, and he's just having a bad day. And pretty soon he starts crying like crazy, and there I am with my 3-year-old son, and I'm so proud of him because I promise you he's pretty stinking awesome for a 3-year-old at playing hockey. And but at the same time, he said, "That's not how hockey works." And I'm trying to tell him that it is, and my human instinct at that point in time was to fight for my kid. I wanted to teach those 8-year-old boys a lesson or find their dads or something, and tell them to give my son the puck, and of course I didn't. But it's been so wild and crazy for me as a dad because, as I'm sure you noticed coming in here tonight, High Valley always works together with World Vision, and I've been able to meet these children overseas and go out to the Dominican Republic and meet little kids, and of course now, any kid will remind me of my own when I miss them at home, right? And the fact of the matter is that there's thousands of children that starve to death. It only takes a few minutes. In the amount of time that you've been in this building, there have been kids starving to death all over the world. There's kids all over that have no access to food, good water, education, clothing, shelter, anything like that. And I, as a dad, I don't know how you guys are, you might be a lot nicer than me, but as a dad, I always want to fight for my kids, and I want them to have the best, and I want to stick up for them, right? And tonight, I just want to know for real, if I could show you a kid here tonight who's in the back of the line in some little watering hole in Africa, and there's really not much good water and food to be had, and there's a bunch of big kids getting it, and he's in the back of the line getting trampled on. How many of you would be willing to fight for a kid who you've never met? How many of you would be willing to fight to save somebody's life? Awesome, me too, for sure. Well, tonight, what if all I had for you was a picture of a kid, and you couldn't actually meet the kid, but you could write them letters, you could interact with their family, and you could literally give them food, shelter, and clothing? How many of you, with just a picture, would still be willing to fight for a kid here tonight? Anybody? Awesome. We've seen this work with our own hands. We've seen what World Vision does to provide for these kids. And this is Benjamin. His birthday is this week. He's